Mental framing in life and in sales goes a long way in improving two major elements. And today I'm going to be talking about how the mental framing you have around your product or service in sales influences the price people are going to pay, as well as how mental framing in your own life helps you do things that most people find conventionally hard, and then how to actually apply this to your life and your sales to be more productive and also earn a lot more money when it comes to commission checks at your sales role. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is mental framing when it comes to sales. So in sales, the salesman frames the product to the prospect. They build an idea around what the prospect thinks the product is in their own head. They do this by asking the prospect different questions, understanding their emotional trigger points in terms of the problems they have, the goals they have, and when it comes to presenting the product or service, they present it in a way that hits these trigger points for the prospect. So they're framing it in the prospect's head as more important to that prospect. So as a result of that, they're going to pay a higher price. So when you do this in sales, it allows your product, your service to look higher quality to a prospect, which in turn means they're going to pay a higher price. But when it comes to your own life, and how I use it personally in my own life, is mental framing when it comes to hard tasks. So when it comes to boxing, the gym, doing work, getting on sales calls, if you in your own head just mentally frame these tasks as easy, you trick your subconscious, they're going to become easy. The subconscious mind is very stupid. It can be tricked easily. So when you're just telling yourself, this is easy, boxing's easy, sparring's easy, working's easy, jumping on sales calls is just a normal conversation, when you're telling your brain these things, it starts to believe it. Over time, you build up these habits, the repetition, it tricks your subconscious mind and you believe it. So in my own life, for example, when I first started closing, and also cold calling at that, when it was cold calling and closing, the main thing for me was to remove the nerves, remove that nerve aspect that you get when it comes to sales for the first time. And the way I did that was I just kept telling myself in my own head, this is just a normal conversation. This isn't a closing call. I'm not trying to sell these people. It's just a normal conversation. I'm just having a conversation with this prospect. And through this conversation, we're going to try help them reach their goal, and potentially they're going to buy the service or the product. So through framing it this way, through in my own head treating all these sales calls as just a normal conversation, I became a lot more relaxed, I became calm, and it allowed me to perform to the best of my ability. I was like, okay, this is easy, this is light work. I became comfortable. When you're comfortable, you're able to actually hit that flow state. So I hit the flow state and I performed to the top of my ability on sales calls. Same when it comes to boxing. If you're treating sparring, it's just sparring. And when you go into fights, I've had boxing fights before. When I went into my boxing fight, my first one especially, I remember the coach telling me, he was saying, treat it as sparring. It's just like sparring session. It's just like a sparring session you do in the gym 3 times a week. And he's telling me this because he's mentally framing the actual fight as something easier than it actually is, as sparring. He's saying it's just the same as sparring that you do in the gym 3 times a week. And he's trying to mentally frame this fight in my own head as something easier than it is, to reduce the nerves for me. And it's the same thing when it comes to hard work. If you mentally frame hard work as easy, you trick your subconscious brain, it's going to become easy, and you're going to be able to do all these tasks that most people find hard. You're going to do them and find them easy. So one, most people aren't doing these tasks anyway because they find them hard. And even the people that do these conventionally hard tasks, if they're doing these tasks, they're finding it hard, they're not enjoying it, they're not going to perform to the best of their ability. If you're getting in the gym, you're sparring, but you're having fun. If you're doing a closing call, but you're having fun, you're just having a normal conversation. If you're doing work and you're having fun with it, you're being creative, you're going to perform a lot better than the guy he's still doing the work, but he's not having fun with it. He's not in that flow state. He's just grinding his way through. When you treat it as easy, you reduce the nerves, you find your flow state, and you perform to the best of your ability. So I really advise mentally framing stuff in sales to, 1, earn more money, charge a higher price, get more commission as a salesman, but 2, mentally frame stuff in your own head to make it easier when it comes to conventionally hard tasks. Make them seem so easy to your subconscious, and over time you're going to trick yourself there. So when it comes to more, Telegram, jump in my Telegram, that's in my description right now. So in my Telegram channel, I post a lot more when it comes to actually the in-depths of, 1, living in Thailand, living in Asia. I've been living here 2 years now, traveling around Asia, when it comes to Thailand, Vietnam, and a few other countries there, and also sales. So I go in a lot more in depth into my sales, my day-to-day activities, and what I'm doing there in my Telegram channel. So that's in the link below. Just click on that for free. jump in there, and then you can actually see the day-to-day activities of what I'm doing there.